Good afternoon, class. How are you again? What we're going to discuss today is just brief and would only focus on solving real life problems involving fractions, decimals, and percentages. It is just a continuation of our last week's topic. But before anything else, we will start our class or our virtual class with our short prayer. All right. So with our lesson for today, what we need to know, wherever we are, we may encounter different situations that deals with fractions, decimals, and percent. Sometimes we really need to know and analyze the word problem to avoid miscalculations. Swinson mentioned a proven step-by-step method in solving word problems that is actually quite simple. So today class, no? Dito natin malalaman ilang reminders lang on how to begin solving some mathematical problems uh, in the context of our daily life. Okay? So, these are some of the suggestions that are brought up in order for us to to really comprehend the situation, the problem, and to solve them more effectively and correctly. The first one is read the problem out loud to yourself. Now, learners have a tendency to rush through every problem due to time limit given by the teacher for a particular problem. So, totoo yan class, no? Kapag may time limit sa ating pagsosolve, diba, hindi na natin masyadong napag-iisipan pa ng maigi yung situation dun sa problem. Okay? If the learner does not know what the problem is asking, then they cannot solve the problem correctly. When the learner reads the problem aloud, they are saying and hearing the problem. They can form a clearer picture in their head and they are more prepared to solve it. So what the suggestion says is that babasahin natin ng malakas yung problem para mas 'di ba mas madali nating maalala, matandaan, mas madaling pumasok sa ating isipan. So that is reading the problem out loud to yourself. Then number 2, draw a picture. So ano ba itong draw a picture na ito? It is to visualize the problem. 'Di ba sa isip pa lang natin ay dinodraw na natin yung scenario ng ating problem na sinosolve. Okay? So, as they get older, they can start to visualize in their head, but at a young age, they should be drawing out a picture that explains to them what the problem is all about. So, this is all about drawing a picture in our head. Okay? Number 3, think, what do I need to find? Napaka-importante nito, guys, no? Sa problem solving kasi, mahalaga na iintindihan mo yung situation, yung scenario doon sa problem. 'Di ba? At kapag naintindihan mo 'yan, susunod mong hanapin yung ano ba yung hinahanap o ano ba yung kinakailangan nating i-solve doon sa problem. Yan. Some word problems are straightforward with their questions. It can be simple as Molly has 2 dogs, Jason has 3. How many dogs do Molly and Jason have together? There are also problems that you need to think about before you can solve it. So, ang sinasabi lang dito, merong iba na sobrang dali, no? Sobrang dali doon pa lang sa problem, unang basa mo pa lang, alam mo na yung hinahanap, alam mo na yung gagawin, alam mo na yung proseso or operation na gagamitin. Okay, so yung iba ganyan. Pero hindi naman lahat. Kasi may ibang komplikado at 'di ba, hindi agad-agad natin talagang makaka-catch up, lalo kung isang mabilis ang pagbasa yan tapos mayroon pang time limitations. So number 4, list what is given. It is always good to start with listing the things you know. If you try to solve the problem without knowing what tools you are given to solve it, you will not get the right answer. Think about the last time you tried to fill in the blanks or assume an answer without knowing all the facts. Your outcome probably did not turn out well. It is for this reason that we need to list what is given before any problem. You should write it down and at the tip or side of the scrap paper so they always have it as reference when doing the problem. Ano ba yung sinasabi nitong list what is given? No, during our elementary days, our junior high school days, ito na yung kasama sa proseso na ginagawa natin sa pagsosolve ng isang mathematics or problem solving sa math. Diba? Ano yon? Yung given, dinidetermine na natin yan. Okay? Tapos, doon after natin ma-determine, ma-identify yung given, i-determine natin ano yung operation. And then, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Okay? Ang mahalaga, andoon yung kinakailangan nating data para magamit natin doon sa entire process or doon sa operation na gagamitin natin. So, ganyan yung ginagawa natin. Karaniwan na yan sa ating mga mathematical problems. Number 5 is find the keywords. Every word problem has keywords to look out for that tell you what operation to do. As you get more practice with word problems, finding the keywords will get easier. Here are some of the most popular keywords for word problems. So, ito yung mga usual na ginagamit, no? Keywords. Kapag tayo ay nagbabasa ng mga problem solving situational, okay? So, for example, yung addition. Usually, nababasa natin all together, both, combined, total, additional, yan. Pagka naman subtraction, usually, mababasa natin dyan ng keywords, decrease, difference, fewer, how many more, how much greater, have left, and yung remain. Okay? Multiplication, ito, double or triple, each, equal groups, in all, of per or total. At sa division naman, usually mababasa natin equal parts. Split between separated percent, no? Although hindi naman limited dyan sa mga terms na yan, no? Ang mahalaga ay unawaan natin maigi. Okay? Alam nyo ba, class, no, kung bakit ang mga Japanese ay magagaling sa mathematics? Okay? Kasi yung kanilang language ang ginagamit nila pagdating sa math. Okay? Sa problem solving, well, language nila. Okay? Dito lang naman sa atin kasi pag math, English. Kaya yung iba nahihirapan sa pagsagot sa problem solving kasi hindi masyadong naiintindihan. Kaya gano'n, no? Sa ibang bansa, well, may sarili silang language at yun ang ginagamit nila. Kaya sa ating class, no, ABM students, hindi masama na tayo ay, 'di ba? Tayo ay nag-aaral ng accounting, nag-aaral tayo ng math, no? Hindi naman masama na tayo ay gumamit ng ating lengguwahe or dialect natin para mas lalo nating maintindihan yung sinasaad ng sinosolve nating problem. Okay? So, lalo sa lalo sa accounting, mga technical terms ang gamit diyan. Kaya minsan mahirap intindihin. Kaya mas magandang tinatagalog pa rin natin. Okay? But still, syempre ang math ay English talaga ay by nature. So, dapat pa rin tayong matuto na umintindi gamit ang English. And lastly is solve. The next step to do is solve the problem using the appropriate operation from the table above. Yun, yung mga sinabi natin kanina. And number 7, check your work. Syempre, after natin mag-solve, check natin kung tama ba yung ginawa natin. No? Paano tayo nag-check? Meron tayong yung iba kina-counter check sa pamamagitan ng yung operation, babaliktarin mo naman. Ganyan, para lang confirm natin na tama yung nakuha nating sagot. Ayan. Now, before we proceed with our examples, we have only 3 examples to give. No, our question for the week is, well, give a real life situation and write your answers in the comment section of this video lesson. Ito yung sasagutan ninyo or sasagutin ninyo. You are free to choose from among these categories: grocery shopping, sports, photography, time, or cooking. From your choice of the categories above, give an example of a real-life application involving one or a combination of fraction, decimal, and percentage. For example, this one, the category is fast food. And the real-life situation is, we ate at a fast food restaurant with my friends, and when the check of our orders is released, we divided up the bill using fractions. Since we are a group of 5 friends, each one of us paid 1/5 of the total bill. So this is an example of a real life situation with the application of a fraction. So whatever you think, it may be fraction, decimal, percentage, or a combination of these 3. Just write your answers in the comment section of our video lesson. Now, we are now into our illustrative examples. The example 1, here it is. The incense mosquito killer costs 25 pesos. If the profit is 40%, what should be the selling price of the said mosquito killer? Now, let us determine the given data. The cost of the incense mosquito killer is 25 pesos. So, 25 pesos is the cost. Also, we have 40%. What is 40%? The profit. 40% shall represent the profit of from the selling price. Now, let us find the selling price. And here it is, our solution. If the profit is 40%, then the selling price is 140% of the original price. Bakit natin nakuha yung 140%? Saan ba nakuha yan? Diba sabi, 40% daw yung magiging profit. Pero yung 40% na yan ay based doon sa cost na 25 pesos. So, paano makukuha yan? Siyempre, kung ilo-long cut method natin, no, 40% ng 25 pesos. Magkano yun? 10 piso. Okay? So, long cut, no, 10 piso plus 25 pesos, okay? Makukuha natin yung 35 pesos. Long cut yon. Okay? Yung shortcut, ito na. If the profit is 40%, then the selling price is 140% of the original price. Paano natin nakuha? Siyempre, multiply nyo lang yung 25 pesos sa 140%. Ayan, shortcut na yon, no? Kasi lumalabas dito yung cost na 25 pesos ay 100%. Kaya, yon, no? At kaya kukunin natin yung 140% para mag-arrive tayo sa 35 pesos. Therefore, the selling price should be 35 pesos in order to have a 40% profit of the incense mosquito killer. That's example number 1. Let's proceed with our example number 2. Glacy was asked to buy pots for her mother's new plants. She was given 160 pesos to buy pots that cost 25 pesos each. How many pots can Glacy buy from the money that she has? Ang given natin dito ay 160 pesos. Okay? Yung binigay sa kanyang pera. Tapos, ano pa? 25 pesos cost ng bawat isang pot. Okay? So, what should we find? The number of pots na mabibili natin sa 160 pesos. Ang solusyon natin, ito. So, number of pots is equals to, napakasimple, 160 pesos divided by 25 pesos. Okay? That is pesos, no? So, after nyan, malalaman natin kung ilang pots ang mabibili natin sa 160. At dito, mayroon tayong nakuha na 6.4. Siyempre, ang nakuha nating figure ay number of pots na mabibili, no? At hindi yan amount. Okay? So, therefore, sa 160 pesos, meron tayong mabibili na 6 na pots. Okay? At which will cost 150 pesos. So, then, she can still return 10 pesos to her mother as a change. Yan, no? May sukli pa. So, hindi kasi natin pwede sabihin na 7 ang mabibili niya kasi kukulangin na. Therefore, 6 lang pero may sukli siya. Example number 3. Glazer tutors his friend and earned 155 for every 2 hours. If he spent 5.5 hours in tutoring, how much should he earn? Ang given natin dito, 155 pesos for every 2 hours. Siyempre, sa bawat oras, 77.50 ang presyo. Okay? So, 77.5 per hour. What is to find? Her earnings for 5.5 hours. Paano ang solusyon? The amount of earnings is equals to 77.50 multiplied by 5.5 hours. And makukuha natin dyan, ang sagot ay 426.25. Ganun lang siya kasimple, di ba guys? Therefore, Glazer should earn 426.25 in 5.5 hours of tutoring. Now, we have your homework. Okay, class, proceed with your Google Classroom classwork for your second evaluation or engagement. This will be easy for you, and you just explore, how these real life scenarios would come. Okay, class? And until then, see you next week. Good afternoon.